Hey, everybody, come and see me on the road, ianfinance.com. I'm coming everywhere, January 25th to 27th, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And then I'm going to Seattle, Portland, Sacramento, San Francisco, San Diego, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Austin, Missouri, everywhere under the sun. Oh, and we're doing a live podcast. Zany's Nashville, Zany Chicago, Zany's Rosemont. That's February 19th, 20th, and 21st. ianfinance.com for tickets. Jordan Jensen, see her on the road. She's not here right now because she's on the road. She's legitimately in Wisconsin. Yeah. So see her at punchuplive.com/Jordan Jensen and enjoy the show. We love you.
Telling jokes and having smokes, riding bikes all through the night. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian. Coffee ice no matter what. Now you know he likes it in the butt. It's a wild ride when you're being Ian, being Ian. And life is shit but you're positive. Let's find out what it's like to live a life being Ian, being Ian.
With Jordan. Blow, blow. You got it. You got it. I believe in you. Oh,
All
that
right.
was nice.
Time to go to war.
Yes. Oh,
There
look at
you
your
go.
Dog liking it. Welcome back to another episode of Bein Ian with Jordan. We love you. Patreon.com/Bein Ian pod. Join up. We got a ton of fun stuff. Extra bonus solo episodes every week. The music mixes every month. Hour-long adventure specials. Our guest today is
Timing.
the incomparable, the wonderful, the coolest dude on the block, Brad Williams. Thank you for coming.
Dude, this is the most adorable episode ever. Between the puppy and the dwarf, we're really
Yes.
we're really going
I know.
for a
Can
cute.
you make the puppy look big and hold her?
Yeah.
Thank
Here,
you.
puppy. All right.
Oh,
Gentle.
whoa, she just
Oh.
turned into a Great Dane.
It's just a puppy holding a dwarf holding a puppy.
Holding a large
This is
dog.
a Hallmark movie.
Yes.
This is everything you've ever wanted.
Yes.
A dwarf holding a puppy.
The Dwarf and the Puppy, the newest children book coming from
Yeah.
Random House.
There,
Only had
there's your
Shane Torres to hold them both.
yeah. There's your 3 wishes right there. Bam.
Yes.
Oh,
what a cutie.
What an adorable dog. Okay, so now that we've hit all the algorithms,
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
let's get in the podcast.
Time to cuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I love this basement. This is
Oh,
like
thanks.
everything that you ever wanted as a kid is now a trinket in this basement.
Yes.
This is I'm just nostalgia punches you in the face.
Oh, I love it.
and
Thanks, bro.
It's great.
Yeah, we've
I
worked
love
really
this.
hard to make it.
It also is your contemporary life.
What do
When
you
people
mean?
say it's nostalgic, this is how you. This is.
Oh, yeah, all the furniture's mine and it existed before the podcast.
Yeah. Everything and nothing was bought. Like, oh, remember this? It
This
was
is all my stuff.
Yeah.
This
God.
isn't
Just the end
kitsch.
stuff.
This is legitimately my
Comedians do
hour
not grow up.
thing. Like, dude, Jordan loves little guys. We have
Mhm.
little taxidermied rats. That's Richard. He's on a little shitty. And Jordan has a little mouse and cheese. Isn't that nice? I spent money I didn't have on a replica Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
Sure.
And
Like you do, that some guy constructed in his basement when he wasn't making bombs for Ted Kaczynski.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Who actually, if I may say, was right about a lot of things.
Did you? So you watched Mindhunter?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you watch the show Mindhunter on Netflix, by the way, there's rumor that they're gonna come back for another season. But if you watch that, that. And then the whole movie about Ted Kaczynski in terms of how they discovered him, something forensics, the whole thing that they invented
Yeah.
to catch Kaczynski, which, and then you find out what he was against, and he was against technology, and he's like, it's gonna start running our lives. We're gonna be addicted to it. I mean, minus
say
the
that?
sending bombs to strangers thing.
Best
you're
friend.
like,
He's the best
okay,
friend.
take that part out of it. It's like when you watch the Marvel movies and you're like, all right, Thanos is making a lot of points.
Yeah.
A lot of good points. I don't want half the world to die, but
I wouldn't
I know
mind.
the Thanos thing was really.
Can you guys explain? Because I just agreed with you to seem cool, but I've never seen any of those movies and I don't get the reference.
No, really?
Yeah.
With all the nerd stuff you like, you weren't into the Marvel stuff?
I stopped watching nerd stuff
At
once.
Iron Man.
No, at
That was the peak.
Ghostbusters. I've never seen a Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Just
you're
Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters.
So you're just so selectively nerdy. Like,
I never got into anything new except for music after my dad died.
oh, okay. So we're gonna get into it.
I don't know if you can blame that.
No, I'm blaming me.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's me.
but nobody really. I mean, that's just people always listen to dead people music until you stop listening to dead people music.
No, like we shared Ghostbusters. We shared everything we shared. I was still into, and like
so
I
now you're
noticed,
obsessed
I
with
only like
that.
sports because it was something we shared.
Okay.
But we also shared music, and that's the thing I like kept up with. You know?
Did you also share pro wrestling? Hence the photo of the Nasty Boys.
Hell yeah!
Okay. Yeah. You're talking to a wrestling fan. So if you
Really?
yeah. Like.
Were you ever into wrestling?
WWE?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No,
Really?
you're never into
I
it.
mean, Dusty Slay one time kind of got me into it, like, but I can't deal with the. I actually, to be honest, I don't understand how anybody is into it. I would love to be educated because here's the thing: I can watch
Fighting
it. And be
words.
like, yeah, this is like interesting for kids to have different characters and like Pokemon.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Wrestlers are Pokemon.
Yeah.
I see. The thing is all the things that people don't like about wrestling are why I kind of like it. People are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's fake fighting." I go, "Yeah, it's choreographed, really awesome fights." Because if you do,
but are they awesome? Because it's
I think
so. It's more like
Sorry,
it's
we're just all watching the dog chewing on random stuff.
just playing
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
chords. She can eat the Nerf gun things.
Yeah, she got the Nerf gun, just not the cords.
Yeah. She's pretty good at discerning. So
Wrestling.
yeah, but like when you pick somebody up and you drop them on their head,
Yes.
that's the cool part. Is that they're doing a stunt,
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's not cringe to you at all when they're like,
No.
And I did see a cute
That's-
video of a little kid going up to Hulk and being like, "Listen to me, Mr. Hulkster. I'm gonna tell you what's what." And he was talking just like him. Hulk
Yeah.
did not acknowledge at all how well the kid did, which I thought was funny. And he was just like, "Well, I'll beat your ass,
Yeah.
idiot."
He was probably just thinking about how much he loves and is in love with his own daughter, and how his son killed someone in a
I
car
did like when they
accident.
made
We
the,
just gloss over that.
His son did kill somebody.
Yeah.
That did happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they talk, not to the point of Caitlyn Jenner, because
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner also killed somebody.
Yep. And so did
uh,
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew
But
Broderick.
we don't care because of
uh,
celebrity
really?
status and money.
Yeah,
Yep.
Laura Bush, George Bush
Yeah.
Jr.'s
all in a
wife.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
car accidents.
Yep.
They've all vehicular manslaughtered.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Was Broderick drunk? Who was drunk?
I don't know, but that'd be a fascinating coffee table book of just celebrities that have killed people.
Yeah.
Celebrities in cars killing people.
Yes.
It'd be a good crossword puzzle
What's
clue.
the deal with vehicular manslaughter?
I mean, you have a couple beers, you run a red light.
You- and all
You're
of
in
a
one
sudden-
movie, you marry one famous person, and you think you can take a life.
Yeah,
What really is murder?
it's a very strange thing when you think about that. I think Vince Neil from Motley Crue.
Yes.
He was driving and
Yes, he killed his buddy in Hanoi Rocks.
yeah, and Razzle.
Razzle.
Yeah,
How did he kill him?
driving a Ferrari and being drunk and wrapping it around a telephone pole.
They were hammered at a party and they went to get more beer and he
Mhm.
killed his best friend.
yeah. So
And-
like this got dark real quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And he
Celebrities.
talks about it.
I mean, barely.
Really?
He talks about it through cocaine and alcohol.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
dealing with that. Have you seen the video
Does he
of
still do it?
Cocaine or alcohol
Yeah.
or kill people.
I'm gonna go ahead with all three.
Have you seen the video of them singing Kickstart My Heart and he can't sing and he just sounds like Bob Dylan lyrics?
Yeah.
You know how, Kickstart My Heart when it's like, whoa, yeah, kickstart my heart, man, and they don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he sings, he can't sing anymore and he goes, yeah, he does this a lot with the crowd, but he also goes, we might be number down. And it's the funniest video ever.
He's like, I don't remember the lyrics either.
yeah,
guys.
somebody subtitled it and it truly sounds like drunk Bob Dylan.
Yeah, there. I saw a version of Motley Crue. I say a version because it was Tommy on drums.
Get off the cigarette. The
Now-
dog.
I mean, the
He's
dog.
cool.
The dog has an addiction. I saw a version of Motley Crue and Vince wasn't singing, and someone was like, aren't you bummed out that Vince isn't singing anymore? I go, no, it's probably a better show.
Oh yeah.
It's probably good now
Oh,
that he's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
singing.
Have you ever read their book, The Dirt?
I did.
It's
You
amazing.
did?
I read a book.
I read it too.
I've read like
You both read
The
Motley
Crue's
Crue's
The
book?
Dirt.
Yeah, I read books that are not going to help you get smarter. It's like Motley Crue's The Dirt. It's like Jenna Jameson, Diary of a Porn Star.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kurt Cobain, Heavier Than Heaven.
Like,
Please Kill Me. I've read like 5 times. You'd love Please Kill Me. It's a oral history of the start of punk rock in New York City.
I want to read the Beastie Boys book. You
mm,
heard that?
I heard it's really long.
Yeah,
Really?
that's,
Audiobook might be the way
Yeah,
to go.
yeah, I heard
That's,
that. Was good.
I read Keith Richards' book, Life. That's a long one.
The-
Oh my
Really?
god. Yeah, almost as long as his
Why
life.
do you read books by people who aren't writers? That's always been my question. Like,
Because they get ghostwriters, so they have
Oh,
they
good.
have the
Okay.
best stories.
Yeah.
Because Tommy Lee and Vince Neil aren't writing the book. They got
Yeah,
this
they're
other
not
guy.
penning Motley Crue.
No.
The Dirt.
They
Yeah.
they sit down with an actual writer
And they talk,
They
and the
talk about
person
drunk
makes it-
stories, and
yeah.
then the writer goes, oh, and then molds it into
Yeah.
good shit.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's like if ever you see a celebrity that's not a stand-up comedian doing stand-up comedy, it's
Yeah.
like
Somebody wrote their
they
jokes.
didn't write that.
Or a
Mm.
child whose parents write their joke and they're all like, Trump's bad. You're
Oh.
like, shut up, kid.
We all know we love him. What?
Yeah.
But yeah,
MAGA train.
Yeah,
Woo, Trump
sure.
train. Whoop, whoop.
it's all that.
He's going to win again.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't-
Biden is a fool.
we got 78-year-olds. We got
I know, it's a
81-year-olds.
fucking nightmare. Nikki Haley would be a good candidate because the Democrats don't do anything to help.
I just did a joke or a tweet where it was like, yeah, Nick Saban and Bill Belichick are like getting kicked out of their jobs because they're 72 and that's
Yeah.
considered too old.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
leader of the free world is going to be in their 80s, and we're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, dancers are
out.
being put out to pasture at 22. They're
Yeah.
like, you gotta retire, you old bag.
Yeah, the
of shit."
Jabberwockies were killed by 25.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Remember
like
No.
it's like my dad passed away at 77,
Oh my
and
God.
I'm looking at that like, yeah, I wouldn't let him run the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not at
yeah.
77. So
Yeah.
this isn't a Republican thing. It's not a Democrat thing. It's a no people over 74.
Yeah.
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 I think that's a good cutoff age.
I think every celebrity or famous person, like monumental celebrity, should be killed at 50 so they don't tarnish their legacy and turn into like a fucking.
No, because that's part of the life cycle process. Like watching Madonna not want to age.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I've been watching the videos of her like doing the bumping and grinding on the tour, and you're like, you're damn near 60.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I know. So Dolly Parton did a halftime show Thanksgiving.
She lives. She can live.
But like, here's the thing: she did it right. She had on a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader outfit, but the stomach was not her stomach. It was like a flesh colored leotard.
Oh, okay.
And then she was walking around the stage on like 6-inch heels, and she was holding on to a star. And everyone's like, "Oh, that's so sad." I'm like, "No, that's what
Yeah.
she needs to hold on."
We
to
don't want to
something."
see the elderly twerking.
No.
I think that doing it right might not be a fake belly. Maybe just a gown. She's earned a gown.
She's earned a gown. She's
Why do we have to
she's
dress
Dolly
like a
Dan Parton.
cheerleader? I would like them to age. I think it's good for us to see what happens to famous people when they age. That it's not all it's cracked up to me.
It kind of instructs us
Yeah.
how to age. Like, oh, don't try to be the old person trying to be young. Just
Mhm.
age.
Totally.
It's okay to be 60 and be 60.
And they look
It's
embalmed. When they don't do it, they look prematurely embalmed.
Yeah, there's definitely like an overdoing of the plastic surgery where you're like, oh, that's like if you do a little tune up, maybe a little Botox,
Yeah.
a little something, fine. But then when you do like the, what? Hey kids,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like I was in 1985. Oh,
Yeah.
we don't want to see that. Oh
Yeah.
God, kill it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of it is like the culture that they're in. Like if they're just like being like, you have to go to my person, and then they do. You know what I mean? If it's like that.
Yeah, and also it's addictive in a way
If
that
it's like dog walking for comics, where it's like just dog walk, dude. You can listen. The hours are great. You walk them during the day, and then at night.
Hey man,
The
Do what you
moving
want.
job.
just go to Branson, Missouri.
Yeah.
Have a theater.
Yeah.
Play the hits.
Uh-huh.
You still get your rocks off. You
Well,
still get to be an
I
entertainer.
think they keep getting surgeries because it's never the idealized version of what they think it'll be.
Yeah.
And so it's this thing of like, oh, well, I need to improve the thing that they didn't fix on the last one.
Yeah.
Or,
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know,
Totally.
and
So
then
it's like,
it
they fucked
becomes-
up my nose, so now I have to redo the nose.
Yeah.
And then while they redid the nose, they fucked up my cheekbones.
I
So
was
gotta
just
redo
with
that.
a gal who got fake tits
Yeah.
and her areola was huge and her nipple was flat. And I'm sucking on her tits going, you feel that? Does that work? Anything
Who is
there?
this?
And a girl from Tampa. And
Well, that was
She-
your first problem.
she said she used to get her tits redone.
Where did you meet her?
At what strip club in Tampa?
Yeah.
No.
At
At a bar called McNasty's.
Okay. When you meet a lady at McNasty's,
And she was friends with a guy named Uncle Laser.
I know Uncle Laser.
Yeah.
Good
And
comic.
he told me to watch it with her because she's legitimately insane. It's
When
so hard.
Uncle Laser gives you warnings, that's a
When
sign.
when a man named Uncle Laser
Yes.
tells you that a bitch should be tripping,
Yes.
you might want to
I
be.
only sucked titties and made out and said I'm not having sex with you because from the ride she was driving from the venue to Tampa, she
Mhm.
disclosed a lot of information to me that wished I could get out at a red light.
You got in a car with this woman?
She's so hot.
Was she?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Really?
Holy fuck.
Let me see.
Whenever I hear stories like this, I just go, "Thank God I'm married." People go, "Don't you want to be single?" And I go, "No, that
Sucks.
that kind of adventure does not sound fun to
It
me."
doesn't sound fun at all.
I got off stage and she goes, "You're really funny. You want to go home with me?" And I was like,
And then you got in the car with her. That's the problem.
She's
you say, "No,
not
you
that
drive
hot.
home. I'll
You're
Uber."
wrong.
You need an escape route, sir.
Bro.
You need an escape route.
It was like legitimately like, I'm crazy.
Mm.
I faked a pregnancy. My ex-boyfriend lied to me and I talked to the DEA and went undercover and bought blah, blah, blah to get him in jail. And I'm like, oh my God.
What
Oh
are
my
you
God.
doing?
I can fix her, Brad.
This is like I
I
don't
What
go-
know.
is the
I go-
appeal to this?
I go, hey, you tell me, brother.
I mean, yeah, that's a nice filter.
Yeah.
What? No, don't make fun of her, man. She's a gorgeous person.
She's probably wonderful. She's probably gorgeous.
She
but
plays the piano really well.
with the areolas.
You should hear her play chopsticks with her areola.
No, she's a wonderfully gorgeous woman, and I get it. But see, that's just when you just stop and go, you know what? I'm gonna go jerk off to your Instagram.
And that's what I said
go to
in
bed.
a certain. I didn't
And
say
then
I'm
go
going
to
to do
bed.
that, but I said I'm not going to have sex with you because I am also trying to not be that guy. But it was very hard not to. And
Sure, it was hard.
yes. And when she played the piano in front of me, I did get a hard on and say, "This is nice." And I said, I can't have sex with you because I'm at a place now where all of your, like I said, you're a legitimately insane person.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this, we would trauma bond and I would fucking fall in love with you. And it's not real love. And I know if we did this, I'd be in a bad way. So I don't want to do this, but I can be available to you as a friend. And so she drove me to the airport and I kept it at an arm's length. And I'm really proud of myself for that.
Well, I mean, that's
You kept
I
it
guess,
at a mouth to the titty length.
yeah.
I
guess it's
ain't gonna not
progress.
suck a titty, brother. Especially when she goes.
She can't even feel it.
Well, we had to figure it out, and especially when she goes, "I had breast surgery and they messed up," and I go, "Can I see? You gotta see. You gotta see."
All right.
I want to see.
And then in bed, her cats are making noises, and she goes, "I love cats, but I hate when they make noise. I don't like hearing them eat. I don't like hearing them meow." Her apartment was decorated like Patrick Bateman's.
She is
That's really scary.
from the air. She's an airport like signaling you with red flags, and you're
Yeah.
just like plowing
No,
right
I'm
through
not.
it.
If I was plowing right through
I don't
it-
like the sound that cats make.
I know.
I don't think I've ever heard
I-
anything scarier than that.
Dude.
Even I want to kill you. I wish you were dead. It's
Bro,
not as scary as I don't
know.
like the sound
And guess
cats
what?
make.
When she said that, I said, "You know what? I am gonna put on pants now."
Good.
And I
That's good. Why were your pants off? I thought you
because
Well, 'cause all the talk of
you
death
can't-
and killing made him hard.
I thought you
can't
were doing
suck-
arm's length.
You can't suck dinner plate areolas with pants on.
You know, my
Don't
grandma
go
gave me
near
the
him.
same
Yes,
advice.
fight him.
So it
And,
totally
and
makes
also, I
sense.
tried to make a joke where I was like, this is a good piece of pepperoni. She didn't laugh. And in bed, we're talking to get to know each other. And she said, yeah, we don't really have anything in common.
Why would she laugh at that? You're talking about her nipples.
Because I was trying to make her laugh at what was
if some woman
upsetting.
started to blow
She
you
said-
and yelled out, "Step
What?
into a Slim Jim," you wouldn't laugh about, or maybe you would.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
know.
about to pay $10K to get her nipples fixed, and you're like, "Well, good on you, because these are deli meat."
I was kidding. I was like, no, I'm joking. I'm trying to make you laugh. They're really great.
Okay, so here's back when I was single. My whole thing was like I would be suspect of any woman that even wanted to sleep with me.
Yeah.
Like if a good looking attractive woman wanted to sleep with me, I'd be like, all right, you probably got some issues. Because if you're as hot as you are and you're looking at me like that's something I want to do, I'm like, yeah.
Her mom is in jail for murder.
All right. Once again,
Why
And
are
guess
you
what?
doing that?
I made out with her and went to her place and found all of this stuff out in transit from one place to another. So I kept it cool. I didn't have sex. And now there's no talky talk.
What would Butterly have done?
I need to call my wife right now
You know
and just
what
tell her how
Butterly
much I
would've
love
done?
her.
You know what Butterly would have done? The night before we met, I took her to her car. We made out. And I was like, why don't you stay at the hotel? And she's like, no, I have to get up. And then she grabbed me and kissed me again. And I go, you sure you don't want to stay? And she goes, no, I have this to do. And I kiss her. She kissed me again. And she goes, maybe I could. I go, why don't you? And she goes, well, no, because this. And I go, okay, fine. Hey, respect. And then she leaves, texts me. If you had asked me one more time, I would have come back and let you do anal. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm with Butterly. We're about to go to the beach. So I FaceTime her. I'm in my hotel room. I'm FaceTiming and he's behind the phone going, tell her you'll tell her what you're going to do to her. And I go, if you turn around, I'll eat your ass. And she goes, yeah, what else? And he goes, tell her you'll fuck her good. And I'm like, I'll fuck you good. So she goes, okay, I'm turning around, right?
Wow.
I go, oh my God, Butterly, you're the best FaceTime wingman I've ever had in my life. I love you, brother. And then I'm waiting outside 45 minutes later. She's not there. I call her. I go, hey, where are you? She goes, I'm in my bed. I go, what? And she goes, yeah. I go, you said you were coming over. She goes, I was joking. I was being sarcastic. And I go, you don't know what sarcasm is. You lied. Lying is not sarcasm.
No, she's a hot woman who went,
That's what
okay,
I
I'm
said.
turning around.
That's what I said. I
Yeah.
said, you're so hot. You've never dealt with someone. You've never had to develop a knowing of words or
You're
personality.
a stranger.
And I'm fucking King Uggo, and I know how to tap dance with my words.
You just heard what you wanted to hear, which was I'm turning around,
Yeah,
and
she
I
was like,
guarantee you,
okay,
she was
I'm
like,
turning
"Okay,
around."
I'm turning around. You're gonna
Yeah.
eat my ass," and then you thought,
That's
"All
not-
right."
She didn't go, okay, I'm turning around.
Do you want to get your life together?
Yes, and I'm on the path, which is why I didn't pursue it and do the thing she wanted, and I left the situation. Why is no one seeing that I did the right thing?
Somebody warned
And I told you the night before.
So glad I'm married.
I told you the night before on the second night
Yeah.
that girl wanted me to shower, and I said,
Oh, what a bitch! She wanted you to shower.
"Fuck you! I'm actively trying not to do the things that I used to do." And
Get
it's
him.
tough.
Shower?
Get
And
him.
I'm-
Get him.
I love
Ow.
talking to you. This is like why my wife watches like dating reality shows to make her feel better about her marriage. I
Well, I'm
love
glad I can help.
she watches 90 Day Fiance and then just turns to me and goes, "I love you so
Yeah.
much." I'm like, "Hell yeah."
Yeah. That's how I
Awesome.
feel as soon as I walk outside this apartment. I walk
Yeah.
up to strangers and I'm like, come here. What do you have, a wristwatch on? You have somewhere to be? You're busy? You have a life? Come
Yeah.
here.
I hear your stories of being single, and man, I'm just like, good. I'm gonna marry my wife again. I'm gonna renew the vows.
That's beautiful,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I've helped.
Did you go home feeling good about it?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, because
because for you that was a step in the right
that
direction.
was a step in the right direction.
Okay.
Seeing the red flags and avoiding it rather than going, whatever, this will be fun. Because I'm working on not just feeling good in a moment. I want to feel good in an elongated thing. And I usually go for sex I just want to feel good. And it never feels good.
This
So-
podcast sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yeah.
BetterHelp.
They're not a good help place.
Get a free therapy
They
session.
mine your information.
Using promo code
they?
Red Flag.
Yes, we got asked to advertise BetterHelp, and I said no because they're a sham.
Really?
I've got values.
Are they a sham? What do they mine your information for?
Yeah, and they're not.
Whenever you
good.
take off your hat, I think you're a Guess Who character. Does your person have a mustache? Yes. Click, click, click,
The
click,
entire
click.
time I was with her, I wore a hat because she was so hot, and I was nervous she wouldn't like my hairline. I didn't take my hat off till we were in the dark. You're a tiny man.
I'm glad I could never do that with my dwarfism. I'm glad I can never just
Ethan, go get a phone book.
I'm glad I could never hide the dwarfism until the very last minute.
No, it's bad.
That would have been
So
very
you think
bad.
when people hook up with you, it's a fetishy thing?
I've definitely had those in my past. Absolutely.
But comedians get pussy no matter what, except for females.
Yeah, because there was probably the mixture of funny and fetish was probably at play for most of my hookups on the road.
How did that feel?
But I feel like that,
Great.
and I'm yeah.
It felt great. I got women that were way too hot for me back in my single days, so it felt amazing.
Yeah.
But now
was there
I'm
a
happy.
line where you were like, enough of this, enough
Yeah.
of the fetish pussy,
Yes.
enough of people asking if they can
Yes.
spin me around on their butts or whatever?
Yeah, that was an
an-
interesting one.
Enough of getting another man to throw me onto her pussy while she spun around.
Yeah, when I was in Columbia, Missouri, and a girl was like, "Come to the house party. I want to like show you off." At like after the show, and then she's like,
Show
and
you
then-
off?
Yeah, and then she's like, and then we'll go up and we'll bang. I'm like, hell yeah! So I go and I show up, and when I get there, she is just way too drunk, just where it's like this is not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, and this is like before Uber,
Mm-hmm.
and she had told me she was gonna take me to the airport to get my flight home. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a ride to the airport. I'm
Yeah.
trying to call
Oh.
taxi companies, and taxi companies are like, no, you're too far out. I had to call the opening act, wake him up, and be like, hey, I'm out. And he had to come get me, take me and my bags to the airport. My I didn't get laid that night at all.
Yeah.
And then we go to the airport.
My
which is-
non-drained dick.
Yeah.
had to get in the
Rock
car.
hard
Was
still.
that what you were trying to say? You were like, me
Yeah,
and my,
I was looking for
my
the
full-
right.
giant balls.
My fully
balls.
filled set of balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, when I'm calling the opening act at like 3:00 in the morning to try to get to get to the airport on time,
Yeah.
barely made my flight. I was like, I need to get my shit together, and
Yeah.
that was And then I
And
got
then
my
you
shit
met your
together.
wife?
Yeah, on an app for people trying to have threesomes. So
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
What app is that for just
Field?
not knowledge that's not mine?
Field, FEELD.
I was on that. I didn't like it.
Why?
Yeah.
Everything is like an abbreviation. It's like
Is that coffee?
Yeah.
Can I have that to get on your level?
sure.
You'll never get on
It's-
this level, by the
it's
way.
like it's
I
like
just chugged espresso. I've had so many today, and
Not
I can't
even
even
close.
close. Your feet rise up. Like I went to Pilates today, and you do movements that they demand that you do. You
good.
levitate.
My osteopath
to-
said I need to do Pilates.
Really?
Do you want me to join you?
A what a pest?
Osteopath
What is that?
for my back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, what were we talking about? Wade Road
Field.
Field, yes.
Everything's like I'm an MMF with a DMZ, and I am a non-binary earring into phone sex, but
Yeah.
not eye contact or meeting in real life.
It's very specific.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah,
So,
so you
I
can
made my
literally-
profile say and it's like if you are not for Palestine but against BLM and into democratic DSA, blah blah. So I made my profile say I vote like I come early, and I still didn't get it.
Yeah, I made a pretty basic profile and matched with two women. We're all gonna go on a date together. One of the women didn't show up on the date. Went on a date with just the
Aw.
other woman, and 2 years to the day of that date, I proposed to her, and now we've been married for
Wow.
6 years. We got a 4-year-old together.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Bro, that's beautiful.
Happily ever after with alternative lifestyle dating apps.
I
Yeah,
love
wow.
that. Do you
Yeah.
think other people have that experience, or
I hope so. I hope so. It depends on, and I think why my wife and I work is because we were both on the dating app to just have fun. We were just trying to have fun. And
Yeah.
then literally on that first date, we're like, shit,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
I like you.
I want to see you again?
Yeah.
It's not a one-off.
It was very unfortunate.
Question.
Yeah.
You
answer.
don't go on dates.
I've been going on a lot of dates, and I've been leaving them halfway through when I realized this isn't for me, which is a step up for me.
Not
because
the pirate.
Based
No,
on what
another
you
one.
just told me, what the fuck do they say that
Yeah.
makes you stand up
Yeah,
and leave
yeah,
the table?
yeah.
What?
They go like this.
They get wheeled in on the on the Hannibal Lecter thing. You're like, no.
They walk
like
in and go, I don't really like sucking dick. And then you just walk out.
One of them we've talked about on the podcast before, but he was a gay pirate. Thought he was a pirate, and would only speak to me in poems.
You know, like Jeff Leach.
Yeah, he was like Jeff Leach, but Mexican.
so he's up there like, later on we're gonna go back to the apartment and storm the seven seas. I'll shiver your timbers.
That's
and you're
actually
like,
what Ian
too
sounds
much.
like.
That's what I
You're like,
sound like.
too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wore frilly shirts and velvet
I'm
gloves
going
with
to
rings over
invade
them.
ye poop deck. And you're like, nope.
I invade the poop deck. Look at me. I am the captain now.
Yeah, power top. I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I'm gonna squeeze onto the poop deck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make ye walk the plank of my dick.
So that's
No, it's good.
that was the line for you.
Tried.
That was the line for you.
Yeah, and then I went on a date with another girl that it just wasn't really the way it was when we were texting, and there was a
she
lot
was
of
too nice.
not into. She wasn't a man, and
She
it,
had a loving relationship with her father.
yeah.
You're like, can't do this.
Oh no, get out of here, lady. And halfway through, I was like, hey, I actually
Who
have a
was it?
spot. I have a spot, and I have to go, but I'll walk you to the train, blah, blah, blah. And, which is good because I'm putting up a boundary, because what I used to do is I'd still go hang out with them and have sex, thinking that I had to do that to not reject them or whatever. Like, I guess we have to do this.
So
and
you
then I'd have
reject them
sex,
after the
and
sex.
I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I stay in touch with a lot of people I've had sex with or go on dates with.
That's very unfortunate for them. You stay in touch? You still up?
Stay in touch physically. I still stay in touch with my
I always
dick in
ended
their
up
hands.
going on dates with people and then ended up hiring them. for
Hiring
something.
them?
Yeah, because I used to be a contractor.
Oh.
Relax. And then relax, dude.
When you said hire them, I was like, I'm going to really. I think you and I were going to the same spots.
Did you go to that spot? Were you gonna? I would hire them to do like metal work, or I would
Okay.
outsource jobs. And they'd be like, I do carpentry. And I'd be like, really? All of a sudden, a hard hat appears on my head, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you on the 15th to the 17th.
She'd subcontract work out with her pussy.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well done. I mean, so like literally the job interview was, hey, fill this out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Initial here and here.
Yeah, there are a lot of OSHA violations.
Pretty sure your contracting company doesn't have an HR department, because that might be a violation.
That's what I call my vagina. Introduce you to OSHA. Do you have a forklift license? No.
I'm glad you call your pussy OSHA and not HR.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see your CDL before you ride this ride.
When you're bad, you got to go see it.
They just sit down at the date night and start going,
Oh. See, this is this
Grab
is
your
what
harness, Felipe.
This is what I need in my life.
A
I
puppy
need
playing.
more single stories to make me go, thank God I'm married.
oh, I'll give you a ton. I'm going to die alone.
Oh,
Me too.
Oh, great.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am here to tell you about Factor. You've got stuff to do. You don't want to spend your whole day fighting and that says figuring out what to eat, going to the grocery store, and fighting the urge to do other stuff. You got long lines cooking and doing dishes. Let Factor handle that for you. Their ready-to-eat meal delivery sends chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals straight to your door. Yeah, it's true. We love Factor here. And I have been eating bad food because it's not good, because I have been too busy to cook, and I need stuff to cook. And I've been having the thought. I ate a pork chop the other night, and I was like, dude, what if I start cooking pork chops again? I'm like, what am I going to do? Sit and... Factor is going to help. Factor is... head to factormeals.com/ska50, SKA50, and use code SKA50 to get 50% off. It's easy to remember. SKA50. That's code SKA50 at factormeals.com/ska50 to get 50% off. Let's get back to the show.
By the way, I'm sure this is somebody's bit, so I'm probably stepping on it. But what's the whole thing of like, oh, I want to meet someone so I don't die alone? Like, I want as someone who not that long ago saw someone who they very much cared about die in front of them.
Yeah.
My dad. You know,
Oh.
I was there in the room.
Dead dad?
Yeah, dead
Dead
dad.
dad club.
All right, dead
Cheers.
dad club. Cheers, everybody.
Look at this.
Here's to the dads.
Now,
I bet
also,
your dad's dead.
when we
Mhm.
talk about our dead dad, we put our heads together. Do you, if you want to do that, we can do that.
The three heads together.
Yeah.
I think
Feels
that's gonna be
good.
a new kink.
It feels good. You share thoughts if it's
I think
okay.
you holding the puppy is gonna get some kinks off.
That'll probably be a new category on Pornhub tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dwarves
New
holding
field
puppies.
profile.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
But-
it's not about dying alone. It's for women, at least. It's about getting too old to find somebody. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Where it's like I have about 8 years before I turn into even more of a crusty bunion.
So it's like, yeah, because
You're not a
like
crusty
men
bunny.
can find someone younger or whatever at any
Yeah.
age, whatever. But like a woman hits that, and now it's now almost like you've crossed the threshold. It's like, nope, now you're single, independent lady,
Yes.
like the rest of your
Yep,
life.
yep.
Single
That's what you're-
independent lady.
that's
That's
what you're gonna be.
What's up, Crypt Keeper? You bag of bones.
Yeah. Whereas dudes could be George Clooney and be a bachelor until they're like 55,
or even not
60.
even George Clooney.
Yeah.
I mean, look
no.
at Lenny Marcus. He's got the hottest
right.
wife ever.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no,
We also
that's
never
something-
know what life has in store, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's a bad way to think. The time running out.
Well,
thing is
my
a bad way
ex
to
used that against me. I told you last week we met up and she was like, yeah, but you need someone to like help you out when you need your diapers changed. And I could take care of you if you are with me and I trap you in this idea of me taking care of you when you decrepitly fall apart, which you kind of are already because you have to see an osteopath every couple months and get cortisone shots in your spine because of your chronic epididymitis.
Sure. Epididymitis sounds like a first round draft pick.
I just want to give you one tab of Adderall, just dose you with it, and I just feel like you'll just get everything together. If you could just get your brain to focus. Like sometimes when we go on tangents about anything that isn't like a rocket launcher being stuffed up somebody's ass, I see you lose attention span. And I think if we just dosed you even a little,
What are you talking about?
I just
dude?
really think that's all you need. I think you could wipe your own ass if you just had a little bit of
Yo,
attention
what
span.
fucking world are you living? I don't understand a thing of what you just said.
I know.
So the whole goal is for him to wipe his own ass?
Well, because
Hey, you and I have
his
that in
ex
common.
Was like, I'll come and, because what happened in my head
Small
is
arms, can't reach shit.
the ex will come. She says you're falling apart, but I think you could really pull yourself together if you just.
What can I tell you? This weekend was so transformative. We went down to Tampa for a great comedy festival, Sunshine
you went
Comedy
into the
Fest.
ocean.
I went into the Gulf of Mexico at
Okay.
4 a.m. with some friends. We were all in our underwear.
You lived.
and I
Congratulations.
said,
Did you suck the titties after or before that?
different girl, different titties. After. So I go, I am leaving behind my negativity and my bad month and my prior things, and I am washing myself anew with the help of Jesus Christ, the one Lord and Savior, the right one.
Yeah,
Everyone
screw
else
you,
is
Buddha.
wrong. Yeah. And I
Vishnu, he's
absolved
coming through you.
myself of these feelings, and I dipped under the water, and I came out, and I swear to God, I felt better ever since. And
So you
leave-
baptized yourself
I did.
Oh.
Honestly, I feel
in the waters
spoke-
of Tampa.
Yes, I spoke to the universe.
You grew a mullet
And
that
then
day.
what happened? And now what?
And then I bought a fucking gator tooth necklace for $5 at 7-Eleven and feel even better. And I
now-
realized I can be friends with
you
my
have
ex.
so many toys around your neck right now. Look down at your neck.
You bathed in the waters of Tampa, Florida.
And
you have a gator tooth around your neck. You got the mustache, the backwards hat. You're voting for DeSantis. And
No, Vivek, I'm writing them in.
you're writing in VVAC. You're
No, I
like,
write in Bernie every year, but it never works.
never.
No.
Bummer.
That's a waste of a
But
vote.
yeah, I feel like I've had some crazy Tampa stories, and I feel like I'm not even touching your Tampa stories.
Thank you.
It's well.
He
done.
went in the ocean. Don't be fooled. He went in the ocean and then bought a necklace at 7-Eleven. He's tricking you with his big
And
eyes
he-
going, and then I went underwater and I absolved myself. No,
But he
went in
also
the ocean
sucked
and then he made
pastrami
people
titties.
take pictures
Sorry.
of him.
Yeah, I also ate supperset off a woman's chest.
Yeah.
That was her nipple, not so precise.
He had an
I-
old Boboli pizza.
Yeah, and I can take something and make it into an experience and find meaning in things, which is what I did. And I learned. I thought I couldn't be with my ex because I'd be like, I want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. If I was in a relationship, I wouldn't have the weekend I had. I didn't.
Oh, I see. It helped with that.
Yes.
Yes.
So now
because you went
I
into
can-
that weekend
you-
suicide.
you
I know,
you
and
wouldn't
you
be
held my hand and helped
terrified.
me. You and
Yes.
Nicole.
Oh,
So I
didn't hold
now
his hand.
what
I said I didn't hold his hand.
I
Oh.
tried. She said no.
Okay.
And I can now be your friend because I understand what I want and need. And
Okay.
that's great.
What do you need?
This little pink belly.
I need a pink belly.
I mean,
Is
Who
your
doesn't?
belly pink? What color your belly? It's a little white belly.
White-
Look at that.
I like how I tried to flex.
Look at
I
that.
just got a little cave in right there. I tried to be like, all right, Brad, you're gonna show it on the screen. No, I just didn't want to like have it be just like flop out.
Hey,
Although,
little belly.
although fat dwarves are adorable, you know,
Yeah.
we're adorable. That's the thing. You do everything in a smaller scale. It just becomes cute.
Yeah.
Pretty great.
Mhm.
Do you have small things?
Wait, what are we talking
What?
about now?
Oh, sorry. Do you have a mini phone? Do you have many things?
No, it's an average sized phone that looks like an iPad when I hold it.
Nice.
It's like, whoa, look at Brad with that tablet. It's like, no, it's just a normal phone.
How would he text on a mini
I
phone
don't
with those
know.
sausage
Yeah.
fingers?
Well, you know they make the small ones.
My life is just those TikToks where a dwarf throws a giant pizza at you and then it comes and it's a bagel bite.
Yes.
That's my whole life.
Yo, have you seen or heard about the curious case of Natalya Grace?
I'm watching it literally right now.
Bro.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah, I watched it.
Did you?
Yeah.
What are your takes on it?
Uh,
What?
I
how
haven't finished the second season yet.
I'm all right. I'm only 4 episodes in.
But
But
what's your take? No,
But I can tell you 4 episodes in. By the way, this is a great show. This is a fantastic
great show.
the dad
Yeah.
is
a nightmare.
wild.
Yes.
Wild.
The worst human being.
Truly
like an
overdramatic
autistic narcissist.
theater.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Dork.
everything
Don't
is
you
an
want to beat the shit out of
ordeal.
him?
Yes. Wait till he meets her face to face
I
and
did.
see what
I
happens.
saw that.
With
His
Antoine.
reaction where he's like, "Well, give me a second to do it."
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah.
Anton
that.
sucks too.
yeah.
They all suck.
They all suck.
They failed this girl, but also at the same time, it gets to the point where she's just repeating the same thing. Like, I was just a kid.
yeah.
And you're like, yes.
Well, that's the producers milk the shit out of that.
They
stuff.
milked the fuck out of this.
Well,
thing.
and for me, it just whenever, like in the first few episodes where the dad is talking about like, and then we brought her to several psychologists, and they said, "Oh, your daughter is a sociopath, and she's psychotic, and she's going to kill you in your sleep." Goodbye. That's not what mental health professionals do.
No,
Yeah, they
Literally,
never do
no
that.
one.
no.
If someone is a threat
Yeah.
to you and your family that
Yeah.
they see, there's I forget the terminology, but they literally call certain authorities.
Yeah.
5150.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
5150. And then later he goes, "Yeah, we took her to the mental health hospital and she was in with the adults just at she was coming on to him." It's like they don't put the kids with the
Well,
adults.
they put her with the adults because they were tricking people into thinking she was 22
Wasn't
when
it
she
sad
was
when
9
she pulled that boy's dick out because she was just a little kid? We were doing that all the
But-
time as little kids.
and putting it in our mouths underneath the bathroom stall in
Yeah.
second
Sure,
grade.
why not?
And the sad thing is,
Mhm.
overactive sexual behavior in children is a sign of sexual abuse.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine the abuse she faced, and she was acting out. And it's such a telltale sign that this girl was like abused, and
Yeah.
everyone.
Didn't they show that the dad was
I don't
doing
know.
anything?
The dad was just dramatically, dude. Can I spoil something for you?
Spoil it. I'll still watch it.
When he meets her for
Mhm.
the first time, she goes, "Why are you here?" She's always yelling. By the way, she's always like,
To be
"Why?"
fair, dwarves overcompensate. We yell.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. Oh, see, he saw you yelling, and he's like, I need to help him.
Yes.
I need to
are
calm
you
him
gonna
down.
Pierce my ear. She goes, why are you here? Why did you not do anything? And he goes, you and I were both victims of abuse from a monster.
And
And
she goes, "How are you?"
yeah.
She's like, "You?"
Yeah, and then Antoine's like, he goes, I was through hell with her. And Anton goes, we're not going to cuss. And then Michael goes, no, I'm done. Forget it. No. And then he pulls
Yeah.
off in his like Corvette.
Yeah, everything with the dad is so like he couldn't take an Uber ride without it being an ordeal.
He is a
And-
nightmare.
Yeah, so you're just
He's
like
a certain type of. I was talking to my
Gay
friend Brianna
man.
about it, and I was like, "Is he autistic? Like, what is the thing?" And she was like, "No, he just is in a performance at all times."
He's a narcissist.
yeah.
Histrionic personality disorder,
Clearly.
probably.
Yeah, histrionic.
And-
Histrionic is. Who else is histrionic? Who's an example of
Luisa Diaz, Jake Flores. Oh,
that?
sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
There's just certain, and I would this would be a red flag for me when I was single. Like if you just go out to dinner with someone and they can't like order food without getting in, like a fight with the waitress. Like
Right,
it's just
right.
like,
Yeah.
oh, everything's like this for you.
Yep.
Yes.
Everything is a
Everything
big deal.
is lights, camera, action.
Everything's
yeah.
a problem.
Are you a
Everything's
little
a big
histrionic?
drama.
No, I'm dramatic for sure, but
You're a
that's just
ham.
like I'm a ham. I'm dramatic, and I think that's
No,
part of
you're
like.
not dramatic.
Oh,
you're
thank you.
you're a attention whore.
So,
Okay.
so comedian.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I do notice when my feminine side comes out a lot, because like especially with my hands, because like I'll go from like in one instance I'm like a hardcore dude that'll like bust your head in, and then the other I'm like
Again,
a
the saga
postnatal
of Ian.
mother.
Listen, sometimes I gotta crack skulls, and I want you to get tricked by the whole last episode we had was him being like, "Yeah, well, back to my muscles and my dick and balls. I am a strong man. I don't get confused."
No, my femininity. See, my femininity comes out
Oh,
sometimes.
that's just Italian.
And yeah, and I'm a little dramatic. I don't think I'm an attention whore. I'm an attention whore.
Yeah.
But I'm not histrionic.
No, but I was
No.
just wondering what the difference is. But this guy is. There's something really. It's intense how fucked up this man is.
Yeah. And now the thing is, whenever anything dwarf related happens in the news, my inbox is flooded.
Really?
Yeah. So anything dwarf related, I get sent every story. And
course.
so, yeah, so they're like, what's your
Yeah.
comment on this? What do you think? And sometimes I'm just like,
Wow.
I'm done with the dwarf stories, guys.
That's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. What do they
Something
want
else.
you to do?
Oh,
You
just be-
represent them?
Yeah. I'll represent. But yeah, just like, you didn't know I could do that voice, did you? Yeah, we could all do it. It's part of the DNA.
I just it's a really good linking represent to that.
Yeah.
I guess you have all of those jokes on deck though. You
Oh
have 'em
yeah,
right there.
they're just ready to go. But yeah, like because for a lot of people, they don't have a little person friend or someone that they know. So like I'm the reference point. So they send it to me and be like, okay, you're the only dwarf I know, and Wee Man's not answering his DMs.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
all the Oompa Loompas have died.
yeah, now they're all being played by Hugh Grant, motherfucker.
Did Hugh Grant play the Oompa Loompas
Yeah,
in the new one?
in the new Wonka movie,
What?
Hugh Grant plays the Oompa Loompa
Why?
because I don't know, dwarves playing dwarves is offensive.
Is
There
it?
are no dwarves in it?
So you have Hugh Grant just be like, oh, so sorry, I'm just an Oompa Loompa. I'm trying to be everlasting gobstoppers. And then like you just have him doing his Hugh Grantness.
Wow.
And
Why
then-
he drives away with a black hooker in his car?
Did he do that? Really?
Yeah, she was so hot I jerked off to her when I was younger.
Her name was Black Licorice in the movie. It's a Wonka candy. You guys didn't
I
know?
want to
Did they
blow
make
job
him
now,
little?
Daddy.
Did they make him small?
Yeah. So
They did?
Yeah, they
In the movie, he's small.
digitally shrunk him down.
Why didn't they have just
He-
dwarves?
Well, in the Johnny Depp one, they use that one repeat of
Yeah,
that one Indian guy. That
Deep
seems-
Roy. He's an actor named Deep Roy. And then
That was
yeah.
funny.
yeah,
He was
for-
great.
Yeah, for this one, yeah. CGI Hugh Grant.
that's fucked up.
Yeah. So
Coyote.
that's
Oh.
why I'm really glad that I'm a comedian because I can just keep working on my own. I don't have to, I don't have to rely on a casting director being like, which diversity quotient will we fill today?
Bro, the whole fucking strike thing, I
Yeah.
really feel for my friends that were like, instead of building an audience with stand up, I'm going to pivot and just get a writing job and think that that'll be a viable thing forever. And then they couldn't fill seats and like,
Yeah.
the road didn't really work out and they were just out of work for so long.
Yeah, no, I'm thankful every day to be a comedian and to have the people that come see me on tour. Like every
Yeah.
time I'm looking out there, I'm like, oh my god,
I
these people
know.
bought tickets.
Dude,
they
the
got,
first time-
they got a babysitter.
The
It's
first
crazy.
time we did a live podcast on the road, we filled out Helium Philly,
Hell yeah,
which is where I did my first open mic ever.
love that
And we
club.
were on stage and I started to like tear up, but I couldn't tell anyone because when I'm vulnerable with her, she calls me gay.
Me?
Yeah.
This guy's fucking.
And
you made out with
who?
with Shaner.
Me and Shaner kissed.
Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Hard.
Yeah,
Stevie
kiss.
Weeby spit my ass.
Yeah, that was weird.
There should just be a name tally behind you of all the people made out with, spit in the ass,
Yeah.
rim jobs. Like
I've
just
only
all of
let
them.
one person spit in my mouth. It's Jeremiah Watkins. He's done it twice.
Yeah. You
Jeremiah?
spit in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do it again?
No.
I didn't. It was a test.
Anyway, why were you tearing up? Why are we talking about that?
Because people came out to see us and dig the thing that we do, and it was just like so. Especially coming back to Philly, where I started,
Especially being back home.
Yeah.
yeah, it
They'll
was
always
such
do it.
like a moment, and I almost like, I like zoned out, and I specifically remember looking out when they were just laughing at us talking. I went like, oh
Yeah.
oh my god,
Um,
this is surreal.
You almost
Yeah.
Michaeled
Michael.
the dad from the Dwarf show.
Oh.
Why,
You don't know what that woman has done to me.
Yeah, and then I go, I got addicted to a wee bit of pornography.
Oh, yeah.
So awful.
It's
But,
really awful.
I want
Right.
to see the porn he was addicted to.
man, it's
Naturally, I became obsessed with pornography. Why did he
Yes.
even say that? There was no reason to say any of that.
It's he's doing stuff in that show. To me, it reminds me of so there's one time I was on stage and I did some joke, I forgot it, but like the punchline was because she was a drunk whore or
Yeah.
whatever. And then some woman on the side of the stage yelled out, "Hey, fuck you." And I was like, well, what?
Is she here?
Yeah,
She's
and
here.
I'm like, huh? And then she's like, "That's fucked up." I'm like, to who? Drunk whores?
Yeah.
Are you defending drunk whores? By the way, no one was thinking about you until
Yeah,
you
yeah.
yelled out,
Yeah.
and now we're all thinking
You're a
it's
drunk
like,
whore.
So it's like when he's saying something like, "Oh, like so naturally I became addicted to pornography." We're like, you didn't have to say that
Yeah,
Yeah.
You would
it's
not have assumed it.
unnecessary information.
until you just kind of laid it all out there. But yeah, it's but there is a nice moment, and I'm maybe it's because I'm getting older, but now when I'm on stage, I do like to stop and kind of look at the audience and go like, holy shit, I actually did it. You know, start with open mics as we all did, and then
Yeah.
work way up. You play whatever rooms for no money, and then you start doing clubs, and so your crowds slowly start coming in. You start finding your audience. Now I'm starting to do theaters, and you get the theater audiences. I'm just
Yeah.
like, holy shit,
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
paid for parking to see me.
Yeah.
that's
You
That's
planned
crazy.
and got a babysitter.
yeah, like this is your night.
Yeah, paid
So-
for parking is intense. That's nuts.
I never think about that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
The next level of making it, for me personally, is if I ever show up to a show and there's a guy selling bootleg Brad Williams t-shirts outside of the show,
Yeah.
that's when I know like I've
Bro,
fucking arrived.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good.
We saw a
good
guy
time.
in Tampa who had a bootleg Beanie and with Jordan shirt from China,
Yeah.
which
I don't know if that counts. Does that count? It might just be a Chinese website that you can just put anything on.
yeah, maybe.
Something.
You mean there's not someone in Wuhan listening to the podcast right now?
You guys are real big in Wuhan. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen the numbers.
Yeah,
You guys are killing it in Wuhan.
Yeah.
They're a big fan of the tchotchkes.
the episodes
They made most of them.
the episodes come out early. They call it a lab leak. That's how COVID's.
Yeah, I got it. I'm trying to think about how I would think that I made it.
Yeah. What would be your time where you're like, holy shit, I did this thing?
I would like, what would be the thing?
Would it be like your parents introducing their friends to your comedy, or did they already do that?
They already do that. That was step one.
Yeah, that's
No,
Yeah, that's
I
a
would
big
say
step.
making
Good
it
step.
would be somebody who would go get me what I needed.
oh. So like,
That
So,
would
like-
be so nice.
So an
Being a
assistant.
cunt.
Yeah, just being able to be like maybe just getting my rider met, you know what I mean? Which is just
Yeah.
Diet Cokes and Red Bull. But
Yeah.
maybe just getting that, I
Yeah.
would really feel like I'd made it.
yeah,
My
yeah.
riders, I could smoke in the green room and have iced coffee, and a lot of clubs let me do it. That's nice.
It's funny because like getting a writer, because you have to like, all right, what would you like? And you're like, I don't know, what am I allowed to say?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What, like you say like, oh, like if I had lavender candles, is that too much?
I think my definition would be selling out a weekend before I get to the town and have to live
could
in
you
fear.
imagine?
You
Could
know
you
what I mean?
imagine a
Yeah.
life that would be?
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Getting there and not having to be like Saturday late tickets,
I
please
know,
buy
I
them.
know. I'm selling, like, dude, I'm very happy. Incrementally, I'm selling more. Sometimes I'll sell out 4 or 5 or, you
Great.
know, 2 or 4 or whatever.
Hit some bonuses, man.
It's, yes, dude. Oh my God. In Philly, I hit bonuses. I'm so fucking happy. Thank God.
Yeah.
I
Thank
got
you,
my
Philly.
new tires.
Well
And,
done.
Oh, that's nice. You
yeah.
did?
Yeah. And
all season?
all
Aw.
4 of them too.
Wow. You didn't do the thing where you bought 2 at once? Be like, all right, I'm going to save up for the other
I've
2.
bought
Yeah,
one at
yeah,
once.
yeah.
I've done a one at once where
Yeah.
I've been
Done
like,
that.
if I peel out, it'll just rotate around with one good one.
You leave the lot just doing a donut,
Yeah.
not accidental.
Yeah, but that would be my definition of selling out before I go to the town and not having to show up and go, how are tickets? I'm sorry if they're bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God, not
how-
walking through the doors with your tail between your legs going
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
And they're like, hi, what's up? And I'm like,
yeah.
am I sorry? And
Yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
a little sorry on
Yeah.
Friday. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for Friday.
Yeah.
Friday,
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
it's
nice.
like Friday early show, great. Friday late show, 28 tickets.
Yeah,
You're
what
like,
is with that?
"Oh."
For
Yeah.
the love of
I
God.
will say I met someone in Tampa who was like,
You
"Yeah,
had
man."
a weekend in Tampa. My
Dude, it was the
God.
best. They go, yeah, man, I had a weekend, and what do you know? The kitchen staff and everyone there got COVID, and they canceled the weekend. And I go, really? How well did you sell? They go, maybe like 75 tickets throughout the whole weekend. And I go, they didn't have COVID.
They didn't have COVID.
Someone's lying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I've had that happen where they just come out and they not the whole weekend, but they just come out and go,
The combined shows.
yeah, we're just not going to do a Friday late.
Yeah.
We're going to call the 28 people
Yeah.
and tell them to fit in with the 75 people from the
Oh,
early
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And
those
together we'll
numbers
have
are still
120
really good.
people in a 500 seat room, and you'll still feel like
Yeah.
shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know. I
You
wish
know,
they
we've
just
never
lied.
gotten curtains before. But the good news is
Yeah.
the 28 people afforded us an ability to put curtains from the third row back.
Yeah, and especially like if it's a Helium Comedy Club where you got started, or a club where you've been there multiple times, when you see the difference and when you see now the room filling up,
Dude,
oh, it's the best.
that's what happened to me at Philly Punchline. They pulled the curtain back for 3 shows. And last year I was like, I just want them to move that curtain.
Yeah.
And they did. And I felt so fucking happy.
Yeah.
That
Like,
rules. That's a
it
hard room to
felt
fill.
So nice.
Hold on to that thought, because at some point
You'll be in Calgary next
you'll-
week and haven't sold. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, at some point you'll be doing theaters and they'll be like, we didn't, you're 78 tickets away from a sellout, and you're like, but then it's like that's still over 1,000 seats, so
Yeah.
just remember that.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that thought that you're having right now.
No,
and
for sure.
be
I
thankful for
I
it.
really try to. And also, I just want to go back to like, what is your definition of success?
Oh,
And this
here
is
we
gonna
go.
be like cheesy. I know you know what's coming, but
Mhm.
we
There's
get
no
to
need for it.
Go
ahead.
sit on this
I haven't
couch and
heard it
have
yet.
fun. We get to sit on
Yeah.
this couch and just laugh and have fun.
With a sleeping dog.
I
And
mean,
you have
literally,
histrionics.
I love history, so what? And that's successful. I get to ride my bike to the best comedy club in the world and do what I love at night, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm sober. That to me is a huge success. Every day I don't drink, that to me is like such a fucking success. But I can also like
You're sober? I just lost a bet.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right.
it's all up here.
All right, Mark Norman, I owe you money.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
Comedy. That's what he said. No,
Did he
no,
say
no.
you're gonna go over and Ian's gonna see blast you on fucking yak?
I remember first realizing you weren't on coke, and my mind was blown.
Yeah.
Artie, that's the other person where you're like, he must be on coke, and then you find out you're sober, and you're like, he's more of a broken person than I thought.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I'm not wearing 3-piece suits past midnight.
No.
Like that's crazy.
You sounded like that's how you summon the gremlin. Like if you wear a 3-piece suit after midnight, he shows up.
That's so reasonable. Wear a 3-piece suit.
Shoot.
Shoot, you wear slippers.
That's so
Keep
cute.
my
that
own
Your
home.
speech impediment came out right there.
Yeah.
It is cute sometimes. You can hear a speech impediment and it's really nice.
Hey, as
You're
someone,
a dwarf.
Yes, and a stutterer. So we have a
Are you a
speech.
stutterer?
Yeah.
No fair. That sucks.
Really?
Yeah, and
Sorry,
mine was
was that-
caused.
Sorry.
So this
Trauma?
kinda. So I didn't realize this until I saw the movie The King's Speech, and they talked about this in the movie The King's Speech. So I was born left-handed, and my parents thought that was kind of strange. So they switched me. They forced me to go to right-handed.
Are you Italian?
I'm not Italian, but
That's
they
a
forced me to
very
be
Italian
right-handed.
thing.
And then that I found out watching the movie The King's Speech that can sometimes trigger a stutter, and it did. So
Really?
I had to go to speech therapy for years, and then I look back and go, Mom, Dad, why'd you made me switch hands? They're like, we just thought it's weird to be left-handed. Kids might make fun of you. And I'm like, there's a few other
Yeah.
things they would have gotten to first.
Yeah.
No one's looking at me going lefty. Like no one would do that.
That's so funny. That's like Chloe Radcliffe saw a guy on a train and was like, should I make a poster that says like, we saw each other on a train, we made eye contact. Like, I don't know if you remember, we wore a pink shirt. Chloe has a birthmark this big. I'm like, you could, never mind.
The lady with the hairy cheek. That's what you could have said. And the guy would have been like, yep.
Does she shave it?
She trims it.
Yeah. By the way, she's very attractive.
She's hot.
Yeah.
I love Chloe.
Yeah.
Ethan has quite a little crush. No, not anymore. He has a girlfriend. He doesn't have a crush, but when he was single,
Who had a crush on you that I was talking? Oh, the crazy girl at my show.
Mark Norman. Drink 4 for the second Mark Norman
Come
reference.
in me.
Yeah.
Oh, come in me.
Yeah, that was a very Italian thing. They thought being left-handed was a sign of the devil. A dear friend of mine back home, her dad had a twin. He was an eye doctor, an amazing real estate guy, like this, that, the other, very like successful, this, that, the other. His twin. What?
You have a stutter in the way that you speak. Let me do an impression. Anyway, my friend had a twin, and he so this, and then he goes back, and then this, that, and the other, and then the twin has this other sister. Well, that's the same twin that I was talking about before, but okay, so whatchamacallit.
You know that I had a stutter.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
a speech impediment when I was younger. I was a really long talker.
Try it again. Go ahead. Tell the story with no no whatchamacallit, no this, that, and the others.
Okay.
Just go. Access the words.
Okay, I'm in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm born anew. I have a friend back home, dear friend, family friend. Her dad. What?
When you do that laugh, you sound like air being let out of a tire.
Oh yeah, she's deflating.
You don't need to reiterate.
She's deflating
dear friend, family
to
friend,
fill
my friend,
herself
good
back
friend.
up with more
A person
meanness.
I know.
That's the thing. She deflates and then fills up with more insults.
You just stabbed a beach ball, and it's just.
That's my training technique. It's like it's a dog whistle. Okay, listen. Go ahead. No redundancy.
No redundancy, no ums. A dear friend from back home's father had a twin. Her father was a successful eye man doctor and he was really good with family real estate.
You're fucking retarded. You're masquerading as a normal person, but you're fucking retarded.
When you do that, you're like an alien trying to tell us, no, I'm a human being.
Did you see me staring at one place?
Yeah.
I knew it. All of this is just frills to distract from the fact that you can't string words together. And I'm a guy, and I say the things. He's a friend of a friend of a guy and a guy. And I look at my rings, Anyway, the story will continue once I get it. My feet are here and there. Anyway.
Come on, leprechaun, do a jig.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you could just follow Ian around and just
like this.
Just do like this the whole time.
Anyway,
Yeah.
his brother was also a twin and it was born left-handed and the parents beat him to make him right-handed and his whole life was way different and messed up and he died in a bad way.
Okay, so there was a twin whose father was a twin and he got beat for not being right-handed and then he died in a bad way?
That was a really great way of saying that.
More or less.
More is less, okay?
More is less.
I mean, less is more.
You're retarded too.
We're all in this boat together.
Yes.
The thing about hanging out with comedians, you will find so much out about yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because like you will just be like, oh, that's what people think about me. I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah. Like, oh, have either of you ever been roasted?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, I didn't know that one of my eyes gets weird in photos.
Would you never
it
have a
looks
fucking
away.
mirror?
And no, but I had no idea.
Yeah,
In the
but
mirror, it doesn't
didn't
do
line
it.
up.
And
Yeah, because
then
your eyes looking that
somebody
way.
roasted me and said it, and I was like,
Yeah, literally, like when the fourth
Do
person.
you see what I don't see?
When
I never knew.
when the fourth person goes up and goes, Brad's so cheap, and you're like, oh fuck.
yeah.
I guess I'm
Totally.
cheap.
No, we used to do those roast battles at the Stand years ago, and I had so much fun with them. But with the roast, after a certain point, it's like, I get what I am. Okay. All
Yeah.
right, you know.
I know everyone always
accept
just
it.
does lesbian with me, and I'm like, come on.
You're so many more character
There's
defects
so
than
many
just that.
problems. Yeah. Do anything
That's not even the
else.
fifth
Mhm.
weirdest thing about you.
Yeah.
There's so many bad people.
They didn't even
you
get to your breath. It's like,
know?
what?
The way my armpits react.
Yeah.
The garbage.
Yeah, or how you always
All
get
the
shit in your
garbage.
pussy.
Yeah.
How do you even do that? How's
The
that
way I
happen?
wipe back to front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you find out so much about yourself.
Oh, dude, you know what I did was fucking great.
What's that?
Our friend Brendan
Anal.
Sagalow, really,
Mhm.
that's the best. Brendan Sagalow, really funny comic, great rapper.
Mhm.
Anyway, I saw him and he like insulted me, and I took it, and then I go, "Oh, dude, I got to tell you, actually, never mind." And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Nah, I know you're insecure. I don't want to like mess with you." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Oh, just someone said something about your taping. It's cool. I'll tell you later. Let's just podcast and then don't worry about it." He's like, "Yo, what the fuck? The fuck? I just tell me." And I was like, "Nah, man, I know how you get." Anyway,
That's the worst to do. With
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. And I went outside and smoked and came back in, and he's like, What the fuck, man?" I was like, "You got God, fuck you."
because you know, as a comedian, I mean, and
The second I
him,
said, "I don't want to tell you I know how insecure you are," that's
when they know.
he got a good finance that day. He got financed like you wouldn't believe.
When I first got into the cellar, Shane Torres was like, "They need you downstairs," and I was like, and I started running away, and he was like, "Got you!" As I was going down, that was a good gut. Saying they need to it brand new at the cellar. They need you. I'm like, I'm on it.
before I was in at the cellar, I went to the Christmas party
Mhm.
and Bobby and Voss and fucking
Oh.
Stobbs, they invited me.
Murderers Row.
So I went in and I got a plate of food. I'm sitting at a table, and all of a sudden Liz comes up. She goes, "Hey, who are you?" And I go, Ian Fida. And she goes, "Do you work here?" I go, "No." And she goes, "Well, then you're not allowed here." And I go, "But I was," and she goes, "Yeah, I don't care who you're with. This is for working cellar comics only." And I go, "Oh, okay." And as I got my food to get up, Bobby and Voss started laughing and giving me the finger. And
That's
then
so
she
good.
started laughing, and I was like, "Oh my God, am I allowed to still stay?"
But hey, that's the trial by fire.
Also,
And now-
so
and now-
funny that
and
you
now
were
you're
going to
in.
leave the cellar with a plate of food.
like,
Get out of here.
I'm
You
sorry.
have
I
a
may
whole
not work here,
chicken.
but the food is mine.
I'm annoying the masters of my industry, but hold on, dumplings.
But there is something to be said about that, is a welcoming, warm thing. And
Absolutely.
if people didn't do it with you,
That means
it
they
would
don't care.
show that they don't like you.
Yes.
You know, so it's like a good thing to be like fucked with and everything, you know?
Yes,
best.
that,
Yeah.
that, that,
Like
that is
her-
a sign.
Insulting everything about me and like
Mhm.
the way of my life and everything that does make me insecure. That's like because you love me.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Me-
then
100%.
I'm sure that if you heard someone that wasn't a friend of yours or a mutual friend, like a stranger, insult him in the same ways, you'd be like, "Hey, that's fucked up."
No, Francis Ellis did it, and I was clapping my feet together with joy.
What did he
when
say?
he was here, and he was
Oh.
like, "Do you think that
Yeah.
you're gonna?"
In front of me. But when
Oh
people
no,
say
behind
shit
your back.
about
No,
you,
I stopped being
behind your-
friends with a friend because they were talking shit about Ian.
Yeah.
Good.
I will get strikes against me on the internet when I go after people that have said things about her. And I punched our friend on the podcast.
No, you shouldn't punch him.
I know. Well,
it was a big glob.
I know, and he deserved it. If anyone were
It
to
was rough.
ever like hurt her, it's I kicked the shit out of the old guy, right?
Oh god.
No, I'm kidding.
but I love that.
Yeah.
That's the comedy community where it's like, yeah, I shit on you,
Yeah,
I shit
of
on you, but
course.
then if someone outside does it, fuck that
course.
person. That-
Totally.
Of
can't
course.
let that happen. Yeah, it's like that's why I think like being able to sit down at the table at the cellar is like the most nerve-wracking, exciting. But then once you're there and you make all the comics laugh, you're like, holy shit, I did
Yeah.
it. That's one of those little benchmark moments where you
Yeah.
sit down and you go, I'm being accepted.
Yeah.
Hey.
Also, we will people will shit on Matt Rife forever and ever, but when he did the helmet thing, the helmet where he was like, did you know about this?
Yeah,
Then everybody was like, I ride for Rife. Like if somebody
Yeah.
does something comedic, like Jocelyn Chia, we were all like, what's up with her? And then she got called out for the Malaysian airline thing, and all of us were like, Chia or die.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
You're one
There
of
is
us.
like an integrity behind stand up that doesn't seem to be there until it's there.
Yeah, and well, and as someone who's out on the West Coast with Rife, like all the West Coast comics are just like, no, we've seen that guy for years work
Yeah.
his ass off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's like, yeah, he's got nice cheekbones, okay,
Mhm.
but there's obviously something more there.
Yeah.
You can't just walk on stage and be like, and then sell out be the Taylor Swift of comedy where you can't find a fucking ticket.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we've seen Rife put in the work. You see these comedians every day, like going and working on their craft, trying to be stand-ups. It's like, yeah, it's the honor amongst thieves.
Totally.
Yes.
Where
And
it's like we understand it.
And
Good
some
name
of
for
us
the
are
episode.
Honor amongst thieves, yes. And we're
Ooh.
thick as thieves, yes.
Hey,
And we don't like
Anything for
thieves.
Ian to be closer.
Yeah.
And we're thick of thieves, and you're never leaving here.
and I steal jokes. Fuck. Damn it, I tagged it too much.
And I
Tagged it
steal
too
your
much.
dog until you admit that
Hey.
you love me. Oh.
Whose dog is that?
Did she make a little
officially?
noise?
Whose dog is that
It's my
officially?
dog.
That's your dog?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's my dog. See her little foot? What do you think
Mhm.
about that?
So are you gonna do the thing where you get like the dog print tattooed on your arm or something like that?
I was thinking about getting her name's Coyote, getting a coyote tattoo.
Do it.
Ooh.
I have my cat's name tattooed in a
she's
heart
so
on my
sleepy. I told you she had to play. Thank you, Ethan.
arm. Yeah.
Oh God! And also, we've been talking for over an hour. Hasn't once peed on the couch.
I know.
I know.
Well done.
She took a
just-
She
big
took a
old
huge shit
flopper upstairs on the pee pad.
on the people.
I will say she's
Oh, she's-
really. Oh baby.
Come on.
We gotta wrap this pot up so we don't wake the dog up.
Look at
She's
that.
really good at. Jordan's done a good job of getting her on the pad and everything.
Yeah.
Great.
You know.
Thank
That's
you.
fantastic.
She can already sit and stay.
Well done, dog mom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done.
I just
Yep.
need to teach her not to bite, but sometimes we play and I bite her, so she
No,
thinks it's
you're a good dog.
Yeah, the
Face.
dog's
Dog
teething.
mom.
Dog's gonna bite. Dog's
Dog's
teething.
gonna bite.
That's
Okay,
fine.
the dog's teething. It is
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. And
Okay.
like she was biting me upstairs. It's that gnawing shit.
Yeah.
Where it's
We-
not aggressive.
Have to get to the cellar.
Yes.
So let's
we
wrap
do.
this
fine.
up.
What do you have at the start?
Yeah, we have
I have a
spots.
7:30. He's
Oh.
following. He's got a 7:40.
That's great.
Yeah. So Brad, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the people what the fuck is up?
Okay, so two things. One, have a new special out. It's on Veeps, VEEPS.com. It's called Starfish. Veeps is a great website. You can go there. You can they started as a concert website. They got concerts by like Alicia Keys, Imagine Dragons, 1975. You can go there, watch those concerts, but they also have comedy specials from me, David Cross, Blair Saki, Catherine Ryan, and so yeah, watch my special on Veeps called Starfish, and then see me on tour. 2024, I'm doing over 70 cities. We haven't even announced the rest of them. If you're living here in New York, I'll be at Town Hall in July.
Best
And-
venue. I love that place.
Oh, good.
Have you played it?
Not yet.
Bro, it's 85 feet from the stage to the back. Seating's like vertical, and
Oh, it's
the
a
laughs
wall.
are everywhere.
Oh,
it's
fantastic.
the best fucking theater in
Love
the world.
that. Love
You're
that.
gonna fucking love it.
Hell yeah. So yeah, go bradwilliamscomedy.com. Find the tour date. I'm gonna be performing near you. Trust me.
Yes.
If you're living in the continental United States, we haven't announced the international dates yet, but we will.
God damn.
Going to Australia, going to Europe. So
Hell yeah.
I'll see you all around. See you on tour, and tell me that you're here at the show because you saw this podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
lo-
yeah.
Let
love
them know.
that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I,
That is cool.
I love when people say, "Hey, I'm here because of whatever podcast." 'Cause
Yeah.
then I know, oh, that's a good podcast to
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
They got really cool fans.
Oh, that's fucking dope. We do.
Yeah.
Our fans are fucking great, man.
You're the best. You
yeah,
are the best.
we really love you.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna be
Mhm.
in Madison, Wisconsin. That'll already be done. Bozeman, Montana. That'll probably already be done
Comedy
too.
on State in Madison,
Yes,
Great club.
one of the best clubs in the country.
We love you.
for
Fantastic.
sure. San Diego, Sunnyvale, California, Arlington, Virginia. Las Vegas has been taken off.
Ooh.
Austin, Texas, Sacramento, Boston, Appleton, Wisconsin.
yeah,
Those
look
are
at
all coming up.
Look at all those dates.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
IanFinance.com for tickets. I will also be in Austin to a weekend at the Creek in the Cave and San Diego, San Francisco, Portland, Seattle, Sacramento, Missouri, Calgary. Oh God.
And if you have meat-shaped nipples, come on out. You love those.
Yes, let's have a taste test. IanFinance.com. I'm going everywhere. We're going to be in Nashville Zanies, Chicago Zanies, Rosemont Zanies doing the live podcast. Come on out. I will be in Vegas. I think I might be there too long. I have a 2-week stay, and boy, is that going to be rough. But we're loving it. We're having fun. I know. Oh, and we're also doing Netflix is a Joke Festival in May in Los Angeles. So got it. And my Don't Tell comedy set is coming out. My special's coming out in April. Woo! Hey!
Love it. Fantastic. Congratulations,
Love you.
man.
Bye. Thank you, brother.
Bye.
Bye.